Sun Belt Conference Championship will be hosted by James Madison. They're hosting Troy. I mean, we're here in December, and I just can't believe it. Like, every time I watch Troy, I'm like, okay, this isn't even a worse football team than I thought it was before the game. And we're here, and Troy, I mean, Jared Parker, I mean, like, what a job. I was a little bit more critical of the hire when
We
it
were too.
happened.
I was too.
Hey, you're 8-4. You found a way to go 6-2 in the Sun Belt and win a nasty game on the road against Southern Miss to clinch yourself a spot here for a chance to play James Madison. Now, college football playoff situations get a little bit crazy if JMU wins this and Duke wins, obviously. But what is the chance here, and what is the path for this Troy team led by Goose Crowder, right, in recent weeks? What is the chance that Troy makes this happen as 23.5-point underdogs?
You're going to have to overcome a lot. Obviously, that 23.5 tells you what kind of challenge you're going up against on the road. Of course, James Madison deserves to be favored by that much. They are damn good. This is Troy's third appearance in 4 years, so shout out to Troy Trojans. However, those first two we know is John Summerall, right? So Gerald Parker getting it done here in his own way. The path to a Troy victory is this year. Rara Thomas has to take over. You get him the ball any way you can, rushing, receiving, stuff like that. You let him get after it. You have to stop James Madison run, like you have to, with Wayne Knight, Toby Mallory, and put the ball in Alonzo Barnett's hands, who's a very good quarterback who you don't want to be necessarily if you're Troy defensively, but you force him into a couple turnovers. And unfortunately, like I hate to say it, like there is the reality that it could be a distracted staff. Like I trust the professionalism of Bob Chesney. It sounds like he really wants to be there, but the reality is it's been a big week for those players and those coaches. A lot emotionally going on in terms of everything with USC or UCLA, excuse me, Penn State potentially. Like how locked in is Dean Kennedy, the offense coordinator, with who was of course for JMU, but was with Chesney back at Holy Cross. It'll be interesting here. They're going to have to overcome a lot here. And of course, obviously, for James Madison, this is their first conference championship that they're in, which feels like they've dominated this conference ever since they've walked in the door. But you had, one of the worst rules in college football about not letting them play in 2023 due to ineligibility for moving up from the FCS. And here they are, and they're hosting a big one here with Bob Chesney.
Like you said, you have to stop the run. First and foremost, you have to if you're Troy. And then also, like you said, Rara Thomas, right, is going to be a part of it, or at least you'd hope that he'd be a part of it after what you just saw, and like your complete neglect to use him for so far this season has been pretty glaring. Uh, you're gonna have to force turnovers, and you're gonna have to not turn the ball over. Washington State killed killed them. The pick six, right, and then the explosive plays in the run game at the end of the game killed them. Washington State could have won that game. Washington State could have gone in there as double-digit underdogs into James Madison and won if they had taken care of the football and they had not let up explosive plays on the ground, or even through the air for that matter. They had like a 70-yard touchdown through the air. Do not give up explosive plays and do not turn the ball over. And you're going to find that you're going to have a chance in this game. Offensively, though, you have to help out your defense. Right? It looked good last week in Southern Miss, but that is a defense that has not looked great the last couple of weeks. It's a defense that I gave a lot of credit to early in the season, where you had a whole entire secondary of Marshall players coming over from that team, playing in a similar system, and ball hawking, finding ways. I mean, you look at some of the Southern Miss DBs and the interceptions that they were able to tally early on in the season and some big wins. It was definitely a valiant effort, but it has not looked very good. Can Troy control the ball? Can they get first downs? Like, JMU has done a phenomenal job getting off the field as a defense. How can you stay on the field? Run the ball well on first down and find a way, man. Find a way. Like, if they win this football game, it is going to be a Jared Parker master class. Like I said, I will repeat myself. Again, don't let up explosive plays. Don't turn the ball over. Find a way to stop the run. And then Jared Parker just has to make stuff happen on offense. He just has to. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts around it. Like, it would, not saying it would take a miracle, because we, look at a lot of double-digit underdogs, 20-point underdogs. Like, it happens. But when you are the Troy Trojans, as you've been this year, and you're playing against a team that is going to be coming after your quarterback, and you don't necessarily have the offensive line to deal with the dudes on the other side of the field, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But hey, you want to, help avoid chaos in the college football playoffs, Troy can make that happen. And then a 9-4 Troy team with a win against James Madison, man, that'd be a hell of an impressive season for Jared Parker.
Yeah, and they also played two in the out conference. They played Clemson tough. They played Memphis tough. And to pick themselves off the mat after getting blown out by Old Dominion, right? And you just come
And
out
Arkansas
here.
State.
And Arkansas State too, yeah. And you come out here, obviously Georgia State is what it is, but to get a big win, like you talked about, against them, is to put yourself in a spot to play for this title game. It's awesome. I think too, you talked about creativity with Joe Parker, like offensively and defensively, you're going to have to be creative, right? Donnie Smith is going to have to make plays, and whether that's rushing, of course, getting sacks, causing turnovers, causing havoc defensively, maybe catching, first downs on punts, fake punts, whatever it may be. Like, have fun. If you're Troy here, you got nothing to lose here. You have the opportunity to go into James Madison and shock the world and really disrupt a potential, playoff bid. And now, if you're the conference of the Sun Belt, like, you're hoping James Madison wins, and you're hoping to win by 40, and you're hoping that Duke wins as well, so you get a spot in the playoffs there. With that all being said, I'm going to take James Madison. I think this is a really good football team. I have a hard time seeing Troy keeping it close, and with that happening, I do worry about the backdoor cover, but I also think James Madison will be looking for some style points, and I think that might matter if the game is in the 20s in terms of the spread.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. I think they understand there's a little bit more on the line here. You talked about, Troy, oh, you have nothing to lose. I mean, you can flip that around too and say, yeah, James Madison has everything to lose right now.
Yep.
And I get that Bob Chesley's got a foot out the door right now, but he has an agent. He's been very transparent, one, to his players, to the media there. Like, he's been very transparent. It's like, yeah, there are sometimes life-changing opportunities. And that's why I have an agent, right? He's talking stuff through with me, but I'm not going to be signing anything until after this game, right? Which is very important, to those players, to that coaching staff. You did mention potential distractions. I don't think that will be necessarily the case. I'm with you. I'll take James Madison, the minus 23.5, right, for those style points. It's crazy because we keep saying that this Troy team is not very good, and they keep finding ways to win games, whether it was like that South Alabama game early or against Buffalo. Like, it's like, how do they keep winning some of these games, man? But yeah, they get dirty sometimes. But I do think that Old Dominion team is a lot closer to this James Madison team than they are to that Troy team. And I think that we'll see a similar outcome. Maybe not a shutout, right? But I think we'll see a similar outcome as we saw in that Old Dominion Troy matchup. Hello, Matthew here with the Redshirt Sophomore. I'm here to invite you to our 2025-2026 Redshirt Sophomore Bowl Pool. That's right. Every year we're going to be hosting a bowl pool. We got it here on the ESPN app. So you got to do two things, all right? In order to qualify, you got to subscribe to the channel. So obviously hit that subscribe button. We'll know. All right. And then you got to go down into the description of this video to find that link in which you can sign up for. And then, of course, from there, that'll qualify you to win a mug such as this and also $20 cash prize. So it's free to play. We're hoping to make this super competitive with everyone. You guys are going to have to beat me and CD, of course. But yeah, it's going to be a standard pick 'em with confidence levels as well. So make sure you apply the points to teams that you're most confident in. Higher points is teams that you are most confident in. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this, guys. So make sure you guys are dialed in for this one.